Hello, hello. Great to
Hello.
have you here. Yeah, welcome everyone. Some very familiar names and some new names. That's great to see. Welcome everyone. Okay, this is the first AMA session about TE fundamentals, this new comprehensive educational program about token engineering. And since this is a very new discipline, this is really the first program where you can learn token engineering. And this is why we are super excited about it. TE Academy has been kicked off and launched with first courses in July 2020. And since then, we are receiving requests on, hey, what can be my journey to become a token engineer? And we have been doing ecosystem value flows. We have been experimenting with various formats. We have been running research groups. But what was missing until today or until 2022 is a coherent course to start at a bachelor level. And this is what we try to provide with TE Fundamentals. And I'd like to now give you an overview on what we are planning. And then, of course, we have plenty of time to dig into all the questions you might have. Okay, let me just get the slides going. Oops. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, TE Fundamentals, the first comprehensive education certification program in token engineering. First of all, I'd like to say thank you again because TE Commons, our community, were the first one to accept our proposal and the voting last week, one of the first proposals for the TE Commons community to vote on, and we got a go. And that was, of course, super encouraging for us and also we were super excited about all this and are now really glad that we have the support of the community. And this was great tailwinds and also was super helpful for the next partner to come on board, which is 1KX. They just confirmed to help us funding this program and to create matchmaking activities with projects and to support this overall endeavor. Okay, some introduction to what we are planning. TE Fundamentals should be first comprehensive education certification program. And it's generally, we have three main building blocks. First is education. It's an online course that is accessible for everyone around the globe whenever you want to start learning token engineering. Plus, we'll have a certification. This certification is NFT based, and it's kind of the fundamental building block for then building up your personal token engineering skill tree. And we come to this later in the talk. And the third block is matchmaking. We also know that many people who started learning token engineering in our courses for themselves, together with the CADCAD community at TE Commons, are now wondering, okay, how can I put my skills to work? Where can I land? Where can I find other token engineers to work with? Or where can I find maybe more experienced token engineers to, become a really take over a role in token engineering in exciting crypto projects. And this is one of the goals for the TE Fundamentals. We not only provide a course, but also offer matchmaking activities so that you guys can find your best place to be for creating new token-based economies. And pre-signups are open. So you can now sign up for TE Fundamentals, meaning you are signaling interest the course is not available. It will be available in Q3 2022. So we are currently building it, but we are working towards the course to the launch with some very particular activities for students. And you'll learn more about that in a minute. And if you need more details in reading, or if you'd like to share it with others, there's a Medium article as well. Maybe Patty, you can drop both of these links into the chat. All right, some more words about the team behind TE Fundamentals. Maybe we can have a brief introduction rounds. So this is me, Angela. I've kicked off TE Academy back in July, and I'm running token engineering events and meetups since 2018. Back then with Trent McConaughey, he was the first person started to writing and actually coined this term, token engineering. And since then, we are trying to bring together people who have relevant skills, a community of contributors to this new discipline, meaning we are also trying to form the body of theory and practice in token engineering. And I'm super glad to have this brilliant team around me. I hand over to Patty.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Patty. I work with the facilitation part, so helping organize all the programs and exciting news. I have a background in board games, so if you also like them, let us know. And have been joining the TE Academy for a few months, and it's been a fun journey. Exciting to see more about TE Fundamentals, just like you. And now I will pass it to Peter.
Everyone, yeah, I'm Peter. I'm also working with the TE Academy team. My background is in economics and math. I studied in undergrad, and originally found token engineering probably about a year ago now, and have just been completely hooked since, and finding every opportunity to stay involved. So I've chipped in at the Common Stack with the TEC, helping out in the CAD/CAD community with block science, and most recently, the last few months, been working with the TE Academy and running some of the educational programs, research programs, and intro to token engineering sessions. But yeah, really excited to be contributing on the TE Fundamentals team as well. So great to be here. And I'll pass it over to Andrew.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrew, aka Octopus. I also go by that name. I'm so excited about this course. I have a PhD in math. I've been college professor for 7 years, but I wasn't a traditional math person. So I've learned math largely through communicating it in different ways, and that's something that I'm really passionate about. I love token engineering. I've been involved in TE things for about a year, including a few research programs, and I'm just really excited about continuing to build the community. And I will throw to Chris, I think.
Yes, thank you very much. Hi, everyone. I'm Chris. I am currently working at the University of Economics at the Research Institute for Cryptoeconomics at the WU in Vienna. And I'm building there a curriculum for token engineering. So doing my PhD myself, trying to find the best way to approach this topic. And I want to share this knowledge with all the participants of TE Fundamentals by contributing to the content creation. And we found that the topic of token engineering and cryptoeconomics is very, very broad. So the best way to approach it would be to present one particular use case and try to model a system, try to design a system, and go through with every one of you how this can be done best. And I feel that this is a good approach, and I'm happy to not only show some nuances from the real applications and design applications that we do with real projects, but also give some insight into the domains and scientific background of the disciplines that are required to understand the concept. So more about this in a minute, because we will be focusing on the content soon, but I'm super excited to be a part of the big story here.
And Chris, you have some more people in your team working on the content. Maybe you want to say some words about them.
Yeah, this is true. We have, so they are not here in the call today, but we have Rudolf Gulobich and Julia Redgard, who are two of my colleagues who work with me. They have been participating in the lectures given at the WU Vienna, but also have their own understanding of domains required for token engineering, since they have some background in engineering, in mathematics, in physics, in all of these disciplines that merge together to provide solid fundamentals for someone who wants to pursue the topic. But I think you will hear more about these, my colleagues, once the course is concluded. So they are not here today, but I'm happy to bring them in at a later stage.
Cool. And then let me mention Anna Antonicevic. She is helping us with legal topics. And Raul Martinez, I guess you guys know him from Ethic Hub. He is supporting us for the NFT and smart contract aspects. So this is our team. And we have also advisors, Michael Sargent, Trent McConaughey, early on in the community, Jessica Sartler, working with me on the governance part of the content, and Danilo, our professor of hackology, involved in so many programs so far, and always with great inspiration around making things happen. The curriculum. So let's provide an overview on what we are planning in terms of content at TE Fundamentals. So Chris, maybe you would like to walk us through all these new topics that obviously my text editor doesn't know yet.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Angela. Yeah, so the curriculum, as said, tries to cover all of the topics relevant for token engineering. And we want to build a story here. So what we are trying to do is we want to set the stage with the introduction. You don't need to flip through yet. Yeah, so we want to set the stage a little bit with an introduction to crypto economics, what it is, which domains it consists of, and which fields merge together, and how we apply these things in practice. But also we want to give some background on why do events decentralize, and what are the technical restrictions, and what are purpose-driven economies. So what is it that we're trying to build with token economic systems, right? So anchoring it to some particular purpose of the system, and then trying, okay, how can we measure the performance of the system, how well it fulfills this goal, and so on, and trying to find mechanisms and incentives for the agents that support this goal. So this is the introduction. But now if you flip over to the next slide, then you will see that we will go deeper into the design process and some background introductions. So the design process itself is a process that has been tested and has been established in practice that is useful for the token engineer to apply during this process, right? So it helps you, if you follow the steps, it helps you to get an understanding of the system. It helps you to model the system. It helps you to deploy the model and gain information about particular consequences of your decision. So there is a standardized process that, when applied, is the best way forward in the design of these economies. So this is what we want to emphasize, and this is what we want to teach you, because when applying this process, this is your best shot at successing in your venture. And since some parts of the process will reach into particular domains that you might not be familiar with, because everyone is coming from a different background, we want to provide also introductions to the topics for new students, right? So if you have an economics background and don't know so much about mathematics or engineering or, for example, programming, you should be able still to conduct the process. So we want to give you different entry points to these domains, so that you then can, when working with an interdisciplinary team, sit together with all the team members at the same table and understand what the conversation is all about, right? So you will be specializing in particular things in your work, but you should still know what the other fields are all about. And yeah, you can flip over to the next slide, where then, based on this one example that we want to give, where we want to guide you through how to design one particular simple system, we then want to extend this understanding to future generalized systems and other applications. So this is where it comes in, the partner content, and where different other systems can be built when necessary, right? So understanding the process, understanding the background helps you on your own venture if you would try to build a different system. And depending on whom we partner with and what the content is, we want to share this also and cover this also in this course. And finally, by the end, the computer-aided governance, which is necessary because the system is not only built and then set out to freedom to some extent, right? So you don't let it be itself. You want to govern it. You have to govern it to make sure that the system goals are continuously met. So some form of computer-aided governance is necessary, and this process is also explained by the end of the class. Yeah, so I hope that these contents are the ones that help you to see why all of those components are important, so that you get a basic understanding on how to design token systems.
Cool. Thanks, Chris. And Andrew, I think we should say some more words about the methods.
As Chris said, we recognize people may have a wide variety of backgrounds. And so the technical aspects that we'll be including, we want to be sure that they're represented in multiple different ways and that they're always well motivated. And so we're not just giving formulas or graphs, but we're actually giving narratives and explanations in a variety of different representations that will always be connected to real world cryptoeconomic systems, as well as whenever possible, real world just experiences in our everyday lives. And then on the next slide, our goals are to make sure that we are making this a broadly accessible course so that the TE community doesn't exclude anyone who has the potential to make contributions. And I'm excited to see what this will pay off with in the future.
Yeah, I guess this is a major and is also a frequent question we get. What requirements do you expect? What prior knowledge do I have to bring to the table? So TE Fundamentals is not only made for engineers or for crypto experts. We expect and would love to see people from many backgrounds, because crypto economic systems is not only about computer science and the code. There are so many social aspects. There are so many aspects we can address in governance, of course, where we not only need technology, even though, of course, if you already have a degree in engineering, you might have a good starting point, but really no worries. We are offering additional study groups to come together and learn together. So don't be hesitant if you don't have already an engineering or economics background. Good. Let me say some more words about our roadmap. So, of course, the most important question, when will the course be available? And since we are just about to start building it and get it going, our plan is to have it live by Q3 2022. So this is the moment when you can enter the course, take the lections. It's an online course, so you can learn at your own speed, fully independently, in Q3 2022. Nevertheless, we'll have study groups to prepare for it starting in March. So there'll be content, for example, we'll collaborate with the CADCAD community, introductions to CADCAD 1.0, as CADCAD being one of the most important simulation frameworks. Then there's also a regular get together of people around Token Spice, which is an additional complementary framework to simulate token economies, and other offerings that just where you can meet future students and where you can just start exploring token engineering. And then TE Fundamentals Live. You can take the online course. We'll have complementary study groups on TE Fundamentals where we go step by step through the online course in parallel in online sessions, but live. So like this session, we come together and learn together. And then the yellow piece, matchmaking, is when we expect the first graduates and start the matchmaking program. The blue items are activities on our side at the TE Academy team and our wider ecosystem, like with TE Commons, building the content, building the learning platform, building the NFT certification, and train tutors, because we want to open up the study groups for anyone who's interested in running, in helping others to learn. And this is also an opportunity if you are, let's say, an advanced student to learn together. And this includes compensation. So you can be a paid tutor. And last but not least, the dark items are activities together with our partners, T-Commons, One, KX, and more to come to train them, because we've learned that as a token engineer, it is a challenge, not only because token engineering is hard, but because we are missing knowledge also in the crypto projects, like how to integrate the token engineering process in the whole overall roadmap of a crypto project. You might have experienced situations where people say, okay, we are launching our token in 3 months, token engineers, please take over. There's something like this bonding curve thing, and we should plug it together with a liquidity bootstrapping pool, and then we should be done. You have 12 weeks. And of course, this doesn't work. So we also will offer training programs for crypto teams and contributors in DAOs so that they gain a better understanding of how to integrate token engineering and of how to collaborate with token engineers. And then, of course, they take part in the matchmaking activities. And now, how to become a token engineer as a student. Your next steps. Number 1, sign up for TE Fundamentals now and get invitations to all the sessions we offer for preparation. Like, for example, also the alpha testing group. So we'll have several rounds with around 10 testers each, where we'd like to just take a piece of the course and see if the exercises work well, if the content is easy to understand, and how to give examples, and if the visuals work. So this will be our alpha testing groups. It certainly will be great fun, and you'll be the first to take a look at the content. Then, as mentioned, get ready with study groups starting in March. For example, Peter currently organizing a program together with KatKat on KatKat 1.0, or you can become a tutor in study groups. And it's a paid engagement, so let us know. I just wonder what would be the best channel, actually. Drop us a message, and you can drop us a message in the chat here. And of course, in our Discord channel, we'll share a link here, and then let's start a conversation if you'd like to become a tutor. And NFT-based skill trees. So first, as a student, if you complete TE Fundamentals successfully, you'll receive an NFT as kind of a certificate, as your proof. Okay, I've completed TE Fundamentals successfully. But then, of course, NFTs can be combined. They can be combined with other TE Academy NFTs, like for the research groups we are running, or so you can consider research group a master level program, so more advanced programs, and we'll certainly are already preparing new research groups. Currently, we are running one about DAO reward systems. We have been running research groups with Balancer, with Hydra DX in DeFi, with Gitcoin on quadratic funding. So there we have certain challenges, and we work together on these challenges, a little bit like a hackathon. So other NFTs from TE Academy or badges from other hackathons, bounty programs, these will form your own personal track record in token engineering. And this will be part of the platform, of course, to make this accessible and also to make this visible for everyone. And then, of course, we can expand token engineering skill trees with advanced programs to develop in the future, to develop levels or domain focus areas, like some people might go into the direction of rather an architecture role or a product owner role with in token engineering, or being a token engineering analyst, so more on system security or maintenance. We have some background noises. Let me just check if we can stop this.
I think they've muted. We're all set.
Okay, cool, thanks. All right, so this is about the NFTs. And last but not least, the opportunities for TE Commons. Of course, we'd like to see the community grow of Token Engineering Commons with TE Fundamental students. We'd like to establish standards, a shared language and mental models in token engineering, establish methods and tools, because we know that this will be rocket fuel for multidisciplinary collaboration in this space. For us, it's also important to establish engineering ethics. So what are the ethics in building these new economic systems when it comes to fairness, when it comes to freedom, when it comes to equal access, when it comes to sustainability? And this is of course, based on the NFTs, we can create new value flows for the token engineering commons economy and the TEC tokens. And some final notes on TE Commons and Token Engineering Academy. We already kicked off collaboration with the team comms. Jui is here, hello, and Angela, I guess, maybe also Anna. So this is really great to have this collaboration in communications. Then I also planning for collaboration on engineering ethics, since I mean, we have a great team, Omega, working on engineering ethics already in TE Commons. And I know that TE Commons has been an inspiration to so many people in the DAO space when it comes to building a culture and building a safe and vibrant and inspirational space for people to come in and work on token economies. Joint events together with TE Commons, participating in alpha testing group, warm invitation for everybody in TE Commons to participate here and help us make this course the best we can have, and support us, of course, in partner DAO votings with Forum Commons, with your experience on TE Fundamentals. All right, I think that's it at the moment. Let's start the AMA session. So any questions you might have, and maybe before we jump onto questions immediately, I would love to just see, who are you guys? So we have so many new names in this call. Let's take some minutes to have some swift introductions. So I see Max in the call. Max, would you like to say some words about yourself? What brought you here? Where do you come from?
Yes. I think Mans is also like unmuted.
Oh yeah, I'm here. Okay, cool.
You can go both. Maybe first Max and then Max.
All right. Yeah, pleasure to be here. I basically just started with Lisa Tan's course on economics design, and I love it. And I'm basically a Web 2 freelance consultant for like platforms, and I think Web 3 has so much more to offer. And I don't know, I'm ideologically also more like, I like the idea of a user-owned economy, and that's basically why I want to learn tokenomics and I want to apply it. And yeah, I'd love to join this. And one question I would already have is like, how much time do I need per week, basically?
Good call. Andrew, Chris, some recommendations here.
I think it depends from where you're at. So I would say that we are structuring the course so that it is a typical one semester university lecture. So this is how you can think about it. But depending on your previous knowledge, you might be able to conclude it within 1 week, right? So if you're like an expert already, you should really read through the material and know everything about it. But if you're really learning and doing the exercises and learning new concepts and maybe, you know, researching your own material, then you would definitely need 3 to 4 months to complete it.
3 to 4 months full time, or
it depends. I mean, like I can't tell. So
okay.
We will see once we're there.
I get it.
But,
I'll prepare.
but-
I will
but it's
definitely
not-
prepare for it.
Well, and
but
a
it's not
traditional,
easy. So yeah, Andrew, please go on.
a traditional university engineering class is going to be something between 6 and 10 hours a week, including all of the aspects of instruction, homework, and projects. But that's assuming the person is starting the class from scratch and doesn't know anything. So if you're totally new, I think somewhere in that ballpark, 6 to 10 hours a week. But like Chris is saying, people who have prior experience can probably pace it in less than that. And someone has done the calculation that 100 hours total for 4 months is 7 hours a week. So that sounds about right if you're starting at ground zero.
Yeah. Cheers.
Okay, great. Thanks for the introduction, Max. And then there was Mans.
Sorry for the light. Okay, so I'm Manish. In fact, I am from Nepal. I don't know if anyone is from Nepal, but yeah, I do participate in some DAOs. The thing is that I have engineering background, but it's been a long time. You know, I have not been coding, but because I have some knowledge in governance, I just found it more interesting so that I can bring my previous engineering skills, you know, to track. So it will, I don't know how difficult it will be, but yeah, I have to give a best try.
Cool, great to have you here, Mans.
All right, thank you.
Okay, maybe let's pick some other names. Ronki, you are already community researcher in the DAO reward systems, but I bet many people are interested in who are you?
I'm from Nigeria. I'm a lecturer in the university. I just want to explore with the space, so that's why I'm here. And I've been following token engineering academy on the route, so I hope to learn more. Thank you, Angela.
Thanks, Ronki, and thanks for being here. Let's see. We have Martin Abbas. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi everyone, and thanks for inviting me to this great event, and thanks also for proposing me. Actually, I'm an electronic engineer. I'm from Argentina, far away, and I have been sent this information by a friend. He couldn't join today, but I think it's really interesting, and I haven't seen this before anywhere. So I was just wondering and just interested in knowing about this, and maybe I didn't get so much about what's the purpose. I mean, of the study. I mean, how the study group and the difference between the normal students and the study groups. And maybe I didn't get that part. It would be really good to know about that, but I think I mean, obviously, I really like the idea. I started my MTS in digital currencies and blockchain in Nicosia University this week. I quit my job a couple of weeks ago because I want to jump into this. I'm a telecommunications engineer and I work as a manager in an American Canadian company. So I thought this is a one-time opportunity to get to this industry. This happens just once, and if I don't have enough time to dedicate, then I wouldn't be able to succeed. So yeah, that's a little bit of my intro.
All right, thank you. Great. Maybe the question about the study groups. Would you like to answer, Peter?
Yeah, I can give it a shot. I was typing in the chat during the first part of it, so apologies if I don't fully answer it. But I think the goal of the study groups is, since it's mostly going to be an online program, the core content piece of it, the goal of the study groups is to add sort of an in-person component and help students meet each other and also teach each other. So I think, as we've mentioned, there's going to be an opportunity for people from all backgrounds to take this program. And so that means there might be a student who's excelling in math while someone else has been studying economics or social sciences. And so those two students might have a cool opportunity to collaborate on the learning opportunity and on the more math heavy opportunity or math heavy sections that student could help the other students with picking up some of the math concepts just on the side and in conversations and supporting there and vice versa. So I think everybody has something to bring to the table as a student, and the study groups are hopefully an opportunity for that to happen collaboratively.
Thanks, Peter. And the idea, sorry, Angela.
Just go.
Okay. And the idea, I mean, is for these people on the study groups to like prepare also for the official, would say, the other students and get along with the training, or it's kind of the same as the regular studies students?
Yeah, I think so the content, do you mean the content in the study group? I think it would be focused mostly on, what modules the students are going through in the fundamentals program and at what point in the course they're on. So it won't be necessarily bringing in their own, trying to prepare their own lessons or anything like that. But it will still be focused on the content from the program.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, and maybe I should add, so there are these two roles. As a tutor, you would have a different responsibility compared to a student, but generally it's teaching each other, and it's the same program. So it's just, some people just enjoy learning for themselves, others enjoy learning together with others. So it's your own choice. And the process to enter a study group is, no matter if it's now prior to the launch in the CAT study group or other groups, it's you sign up, you pre-sign up in the form, and then we'll send out invitations and keep you posted when this starts, where to go to, and it will be on the rolling base, so that there's not only one opportunity to join a study groups. We'll kick it off monthly, or you can just enter whenever you want to. So no worries. Okay, let me call up one or two more people. I've seen Tatiana. Are you still around, Tatiana?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
I'm a university professor, as one of the previous speakers, but in Moscow. I run an introductory course on the blockchain, actually, in business informatics department. So I do have an applied math background, so I used to study evolutionary game theory, but I want to allocate more time to get this hands-on experience with tokenomics and real details maybe of the modeling. And so if I can help you with, I don't know, maybe tutoring or organizing something, I would love to help.
Awesome. Yeah, let's be in touch. I guess you've signed up, so we can find you somehow. Okay,
sure.
Cool. Awesome. And Tiago.
Hi, everyone. I've been around for a while now. I've been contributing with the Common Stack for a while now with the Regen Network partnership. And I'm so glad to see the T fundamentals getting to start soon. I've applied to the course and to the CAT study group already. So yes, and I am an agronomist, live in Brazil right now. Also doing an MBA in artificial intelligence and big data. So, which I intend to finish until the end of the second quarter of this year. So I'm available, and if I can do anything to help, feel free to contact me in Discord channels. You'll see me around.
Brilliant. That's awesome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Now I wonder, do we have more questions? Just shoot it away. Any questions on the program? You, Tiago, or anybody else?
I have a question actually about the, I know you've mentioned the CAD work group. I was curious, as like a primer for that. I haven't touched Python in quite some time. Should I be like getting into some primer courses on Python and get myself back up to speed with that before the CAD stuff?
Peter, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Python would definitely, that learning wouldn't go unused. I think you'll definitely get back into it at some point if you're going to be using CAD. So yeah, I'd recommend that.
But maybe let me just give a little bit of insight on the contents, because the course itself is self-contained. So everything that you need to know will be taught during the course. So you will be able to finish the process of token engineering, which will include some form of modeling, and especially in Python. But it is very easy to follow along, because we do not want to impose any sophisticated frameworks on it. We just want to make it as easily accessible as possible. So first, starting with some pseudocode, and then moving to the simplest Python script that achieve what we want them to achieve. So I hope that this is a good lead into the more sophisticated courses that are offered by the dedicated communities, as for example, the CAD community.
Cool. All right, and we have more questions. Gustavo.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great. I have a question about like time frames. Like, when are you guys planning to start the courses? I began taking the CAD bootcamp, and I'm not sure like if I should finish that or maybe wait until we start like this, or are those like parallel paths? Or I have also seen like CAD has been going through updates. And I don't know then like if now I should stop and wait like for everything to get updated, also like the courses and everything.
So first recommendation, don't wait for anything. So just go. The CAD 1.0 study group is planned to be kicked off in March. So it's quite soon. And there are already also materials available in the CAD community. Maybe Peter has some links for us. We just hosted a first introductory session on CAD 1.0, so to become familiar with it and to learn more about it. And then there's such an endless reading list. So we are just preparing to send out a bunch of materials to everybody who signed up yet. Get it going with reading through the general cryptoeconomic systems, and then of course CAD materials. So no problem to spend your time. And yeah, the preparational study groups to be kicked off in March, and the actual T fundamentals course available in Q3 22.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, Fotis.
Hello.
Hello.
So that was very intriguing, and I have probably a million questions, but I'll keep it to just one or two for now. First of all, will there be something like a dissertation or a project that the student can run under the supervision of somebody they choose from the course, or somebody else, or in collaboration with other academics from other fields? So that's my
Yeah,
first question.
good question. Do you have a second, or maybe I answer right away and
Yeah.
you
Answer right away.
remember second one? Okay. The TE Fundamentals course will be a fully online course without the need to interact. Why are we doing this? We know that teachers in token engineering are superstars. So we at TE Academy always experience this problem that we have way more students and way too little teachers. But what we actually want to do is make token engineering accessible to the world. We all want to build these new economies, and we want to have experts in the field, more experts in the field. So TE Fundamentals is fully online with optional interaction. But there is this additional layer of research groups, for example, at TE Academy. So this is something, as I mentioned, this is then kind of master level. So you apply your knowledge to crypto challenges. And here we collaborate with partners in the crypto field who come with a challenge, and then we work together on this challenge. You pick your own research topic, you work on this topic. In the previous cases, around 3 months, we have mentors on board, and then you have week by week progress and presenting your final results at the end. So this would be the next level for you. And of course, there are plenty of opportunities to meet other communities, teams in token engineering, like at BlockScience or at LTF, or upcoming groups of token engineers also in DAOs to collaborate with and to make progress once you've completed TE Fundamentals. Does this make sense?
Yeah, and just remind me, how much will it take, like roughly, to finish the TE Fundamentals until somebody gets to the stage where they can continue working with people from DAOs?
As a ballpark figure, start in Q3 22, and then calculate, if you do it part-time, 7-8 hours per week, and be able to graduate after 4 months. And then this would be without any prior knowledge. And if you have already prior knowledge in economics or system theory, engineering, then you can expect to be faster.
Okay. Yeah, so my second question was about that specifically, but I think it has been already covered. What about somebody that has no background, neither in engineering or math or economics or social science, but maybe background in something in humanities or in the disciplinary sciences studies?
Andrew, would you like to respond to it? Because we actually take a lot of effort on how to shape this for people like you.
It's definitely it should be accessible to someone who is willing to learn. We have refreshers, but the refreshers are at the level of assuming there's prior knowledge. So if you have no prior knowledge of something like calculus, it may be necessary to do more work to fill in. But still, it's possible also that the refreshers may be self-contained enough that someone could learn just what they needed about that one area for this one course and then fill in the rest at a later date. Chris, would you like to add on what your perspective on that?
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely true what you all said, but and also I would like to add that we are making big efforts to make the course not depending on anything, right? So I believe that the main body of the course, so the real lectures and the storyline and the narrative behind it, they have zero to no assumptions about your prior knowledge. So you can follow along. At some point, you might find a concept or some pieces that might be too special, right? So too formalistic, or maybe too formal from a coding perspective. But you can think, okay, you can accept these things. You can say, okay, I don't understand what's happening here in the Python code, and I'm not able to find out very soon because I have no prior knowledge. But you can move over this part and then continue just the story. So this is what we try to really get you to for you to get the big picture of understanding how the token engineering process works. And ultimately, in the end, you will not be working on the full process, right? Even on live projects, you mostly pick out only one or two parts of the process and then collaborate with other people with their expertise and their background. And you should just be able to understand why they are there and what do they know so that they can solve their parts, right? So this is what my perspective would be.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
Very nice.
Great, Fotis. Thanks for your questions. And let's move on with Mark.
Angela.
Hello.
Great to be here. I'm really excited for the course. Just a quick question. Are there any costs associated with the course?
No, no fees. So this is our ambition. We want to offer these courses for everyone around the globe, no matter of your budget. So the courses are free for students.
That's fantastic. Perhaps just have a wallet where those who want to could donate something.
The best thing you can do actually is, of course, donations always welcome. We have an account on Gitcoin, so it's low barrier contributions. But what I'd like to highlight is, if you'd like to give back, come as a tutor, come back with your acquired knowledge, come back as a more experienced token engineer and teach your college, teach the juniors, because this is just such a young discipline. And our community, even though we have a lot of interest, but the community of token engineers today is small. So the best thing we can do is help each other and make the cryptoeconomic systems better together.
That's fantastic. Yeah, pay it forward. That's great.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
And let's check. We have more questions. Manuel. Or Manuel.
Yeah, Manuel. Yeah, thanks. So I think my questions have like 80% of the way been answered. It was mainly around the prerequisites needed. It sounds like it's, no prerequisites needed. It might require a little bit more work, but that's totally fine. But one thing I'm still not entirely sure about is the course, like the curriculum of the course, like I saw your slides. So is it mainly the math and the simulation part of creating a token-driven economy, like testing out the different systems and simulating it to see which works and what doesn't work? Or is there going to be part of like the tokenomics part of it, like the philosophy behind it, or like, supply, demand, like understanding the token economics part of it and not just token engineering?
Good question. Chris, would you like to reply here?
Yeah, at the current stage, what we're trying to design is one particular system. So we want to say, okay, this is this economy, and this is how we want the token to operate within this economy. So we want to do proper token economics, right? So token engineering is designing the token economics of a token system. And we want to do this, and we want to take care in the first place. The secondary market, the implications of those economies are not yet in the scope of this course. So we are not aiming to make, so to say, financial analytics of the coins or of the tokens that we design, and we don't want to investigate how they interact on the markets. The first goal of the course is to be able to design such a token economy, to understand which mechanisms do you need, which incentives do you need for your users, how to make the system naturally follow one particular path, right? So that all of the actions of the stakeholders support this system goal and the system purpose. So these kind of things, right? So more of a crypto economic background of the economy and not so much a financial one. But these things are definitely very interesting, and I would like to continue with building next courses around them. But for now, we are limiting our scope only designing the economy itself.
I think I understand. So designing the economy, not necessarily taking it to the effects of the economy that you create, or like the outcomes.
No external effects. So only internal effects within the economy. We are designing a closed economy, a closed system, and not thinking so much how this economy is embedded in the wider market. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Manuel, for your question. And we have some minutes left. Are there any other questions? Not now. Cool.
I guess if there's not another question, if I can, I mean, a lot of things brought me to this talk today. Like one thing was, like I said, I'm interested in learning about tokenomics. So I see token engineering, looking to learn a little bit more about that. The other thing is I'm primarily a contributor at Bankless DAO, where I do a lot of educational projects. Are you open to other types of partnerships? I saw that you have like training partners. Are you open to other opportunities as well, or?
Sure. DM me, send us a message, and we'll follow up.
Cool. Yeah, that works.
All right. Okay.